How's it going, everybody? Ryebread here today, and we are back with our Toronto Maple Leafs franchise mode. And yes, I know it's been a while. I actually just saw when the last time I uploaded was, and it's been way too long. But, you know, we're back, and I do remember what you guys said. I was looking through it. Some of you were saying to trade down and trade Marner for, or put Marner on the second line and trade for more picks, but I'm kind of thinking I'm in the boat of let's move up because there's a really good franchise player at the top of this draft, and somebody that, you know, we could really use. A sniper, a goal scorer, slap shot power, already an 89, then we know that for sure. His wrist shot accuracy could be better. Vince Dodge from the United States of America. Played at the Kootenay Ice, so he is somewhat Canadian, so we're not too far off there, but definitely think he's the kind of guy I would be willing to trade Mitch Marner for. Now, if you think about it, I wanted a goal scorer on that first line. This kid can come in and be a pure bona fide goal scorer on the second or third line right away with that franchise potential, meaning he could be even a first liner at the end of the season in the playoffs. So I think I am going to try it. I am going to try and move Mitch Marner and some other assets for this Nashville Predators pick. Now, the problem might be Nashville's not willing to part with that pick, but I'm definitely willing to part with a guy like Mitch Marner, who's an 84. He's about to make 7.5. I don't think that's even trade value. Let me propose it just because. Woefully insufficient when, okay, so they do want to accept Mitch Marner. They just don't want, we haven't offered enough, which I think is fine. We can go ahead, definitely a guy like Mullen. I also looked through the contracts. A guy like Tom Mullen here, from, I believe, Poland, the left wing, two-way forward, 20 years old, low elite. He's already 82. Haven't even signed him to a contract yet. And definitely somebody that I'd be considered to move. A guy like John Moore here. I think it is John Moore, right? Yeah, John Moore. Can't move him. He's expiring, bitten again. Not a lot that I can give up that they're going to want here. I'd like to keep 16 if possible. I'd rather not give up next year's pick. Skaters matching the block, though. Who would I be willing to give up? I maybe Ty Smith or Spencer. Again, those are young guys that have potential. We're woefully insufficient, so we do need to give something up. Roussel here, medium elite. 70-year-old, or 70-year-old, 18 overall. No, 18-year-old, 70 overall. And as far as goalies are concerned, we don't have a lot of depth. So a guy like Frederik Andersen, we might want to start looking for a goaltender. Maybe with our second pick. We do have to sign him again this offseason, or just sign him back this offseason. So as far as what else I would throw into this deal, maybe guys like Thomas Tatar's expired. Butler here, he's 20, 76, low elite. He's probably going to be pretty decent. But I have other players there that are going to be just as good. I know he's cheap, but again, we're going to move up and get somebody better, and it's just going to cost us Marner. And Butler isn't where it needs to be at all. So you know what? I think I might just try and throw in the first-round pick here, guys. This kind of makes sense because they still get to keep a first. Can we get a second out of the deal? If they're first and second for our first and Marner, it's looking a little bit more even there. I guess their second is still pretty high. They did win the lottery and jump, so they aren't the 32nd overall pick. We would be moving down with our pick, I guess, but moving up to, I mean, first overall. I'm not going to complain too much if this goes through. It's just not where it needs to be compared at all. Okay, maybe get a third and a fourth out of this deal. Get some more depth picks. Woefully insufficient when they consider what we would be giving up. How about just a fourth? Isn't where it needs to be at all. What about a first and Marner? It isn't where it needs to be at all. Man, I don't know what's going to make this trade go through unless I go ahead and give up even more. A guy like, I guess, Toffoli, but we just signed Toffoli and Spurgeon. Nazem Kadri, he's that good, real good second-line center for us. And other than that, guys like Matthews, Roussel, Nylander, Riley aren't guys I'm willing to give up. I don't have many trading assets that, you know, I'm willing to give up. I mean, I'd be more willing to give up a guy like Ty Smith. How has he been developing? We know, okay, so, oh man, Spencer is 20, he's 72. He could jump. Brandstrom, we know how he played in the NHL. He played like crap. For darn, I mean, he's not played. He's a big old minus, only put up 16 points. I know he's young, but I'm going to throw that in, see if we can maybe get their second again. I don't want to be giving up too much to go up here. Get their second, maybe their third. Woefully insufficient in what they consider fair value for this pick. Third round pick, maybe? It's just not where it needs to be at all. What about perhaps a 5th and a 6th? Just get those depth picks to take some shots on players. Is too far off. Maybe just a 6th? Oh my god, isn't sufficient at all. Maybe the 1st? Wow, okay, so they don't even want to give up this pick. So I think I'm going to shop Mitch Marner. Actually, you know what? I'm going to hang on to him, see what happens to him. I don't think we're going to be able to move up to 1 to get that franchise player. Maybe, I mean, we could possibly move up to 2 or 3. I'd rather not trade him in division, though, to Boston. There's still some guys like Reasoner here, a left-wing power forward. Looks to have a very good shooting category. Could be good right away. Somebody, you know, maybe, I don't know what to do here, but we could maybe go up to number 2. If they do want to trade away the 2nd overall pick. If somebody wants to trade away their pick, I'll definitely go in on it, but the problem is I don't think we're going to be able to. And yep, there's Dodge, 81. Well, I thought he might be better than 81, but that shooting category, guys, is filthy already. And I don't think, I mean, I could go in and offer a trade for him. I don't know if Nashville would ever trade away the player if they wouldn't trade away the pick. So that's where I'm hesitant on trying to offer for a guy like Dodge. Oh my god, that trade value is insane. I'd have a better chance of getting Subban or Johansson for Mitch Marner rather than, I mean, Johansson, 5 years, $8 million. That's a good deal for a solid center. Actually, not opposed to maybe trying to get Johansson, whatever he goes by. I have no clue. Kyle Turris, again, he's a little bit older. I think I'm going to keep it as is. Again, in division, I don't want to trade in division. That's the problem, and none of these teams want to give up this pick. Maybe Boston wants to give it up. I don't want to give Mitch Marner to Boston because when he actually figures it out and he's on Boston, it's going to come back to bite me right in the ass. I know that for sure. The Rangers move up to 5, still get an elite player. I think I'd rather keep Mitch Marner at this point, see what we do in the offseason. Oh, man, let me just go ahead and offer Mitch Marner for the 2nd overall pick and see where we get to. Mitch Marner, they do want Mitch Marner, alright. They would have too many skaters in the organization. I don't think that trade value goes through either. Coyle here, he is better than that. He's got one more year left on his deal. But I think I'm just going to take a guy like, okay, maybe not that is probably the worst deal I've seen in a long time. Oh my goodness. But a guy like Navarra, see if that would go through. Mitch Marner isn't compared to at all. Let's see if we can throw in who was I willing to give away earlier. Not a lot of players. They do want guys like Bennett and Tatar, but Tatar can't really give him away. Butler, I was trying to give him away earlier. They would have too many players in the organization. Maybe a guy like Alfredson. I know I drafted Alfredson, but I think this player is going to be better than Alfredson. We have Butler, too, who I guess is just a year older, but already more advanced than he is. Alright, so Marner and Alfredson for the 2nd overall pick and a roster player. It's not where it needs to be at all, and I don't think I'm willing to give up enough to move up into the top 5, so I think we're just going to sit tight. And Reasoner, yeah, that's who I would have taken. Reasoner, 79, left wing, listed as a 4th line forward. Looks pretty good already. Boston gets Gentile, 78, power forward, medium elite. Banks there, 76, sniper. That would also be nice, but again, not somebody that's going to affect our team right away. View the draft class. Now, there might be an exact elite just outside of the top 5. I'd like to get a guy like Stahl here. If with 16 we could get Walter Stahl. He does look to be pretty good at 17. Very good athletically, it seems. Reflexes seem to be about average. He has a chance to be elite. I'm not too sure of what he will be. But as far as other guys here, high elite, probably not going to be that high elite. Top 6 forward here in Tapper. I would like to take Tapper if we're given the opportunity. If those other guys aren't on the board. But I don't know if I'm going to move up too much. Goldman there. Yeah, so the Rangers missed out big time on Goldman here. J.C. Goldman. I always knew there was one, there's always a medium elite that the computer misses out on in that top 5. And there is. So there's Bauk, the sniper. Buffalo gets DeMeo. The Islanders are going to get Boyle. We do have a decent amount of picks before us. Kim, I don't know how much I want to move up, give away picks. We don't have a ton of picks. Maybe I'll move with Vancouver if he doesn't go. I'm starting to think he might drop to us because he is good. I think he's going to be good, and we do need to draft a goaltender. He's next. I know that doesn't always happen, but he's too high on this list for me to ignore the potential of him jumping. So let's go ahead, throw in a draft pick, throw in our first, and go with the Jets third. A first and a third to move up 4 spots. Let's see if we can get maybe a 6th. Wow, they have a ton of picks. Maybe we can get the Bruins 5th. Maybe see if we can get a 5th out of the deal. Do they not have any 4th, but have a whole bunch of... they have 1 4th. So let me see if I can get a 1st and a 4th for a 1st and a 3rd. It's not particularly interested. Okay, how about your later 5th there? It's only later by 2 picks. Doesn't meet the trade block needs very well. Let's go ahead, maybe a 6th. I would like to get some value back here. Nor are they interested in what we're trading them. Oh my God, we're moving up 4 spots. And yeah, no, so that's not going to go through. So Vancouver, you can go ahead and just leave. I don't even want to talk to you. If you take my player, I'm going to be mad though. All right, Philadelphia, do you want to trade your pick? Are you a team that does not want their first? That's the Washington Capitals pick, actually. But how about a 1st and one of our 2/3? I wouldn't mind this deal. They don't even want to do that deal. So I'm not giving up more than that. I'm not giving up a 1st and a 3rd to move up 3 spots. There goes Kennedy to jump the Devils. I would love to jump the Devils. How about a 1st and a 4th, maybe? Because at this point, I'm only jumping 2 spots. But I want to go get the guy. I got my eyes on him. It's too far off. Again, it's not worth it to jump 2 spots. Oh my God, to flip picks with the Devils, he could fall to us. Again, I don't want to take that chance that he goes right before us. So let's go a 1st and a 4th to move up 1 spot. That's a deal. You're moving down 1 spot and you get a 4th round pick out of the deal. And you're not even going to take it. And you're probably going to take the guy I want. And they don't take the guy I want. Perfect. So we don't have to move at all. Oh my God. And we get the goalie that we wanted. Stahl here, high starter. Hopefully he's elite. And he is a medium elite goaltender, guys. There we go. We have found our goaltender of the future. So when Frederik Andersen is done, we'll have Walter Stahl waiting in the wings. And I think that's good. We didn't give up any picks. We still have Mitch Marner. Josh Manson's on the trade block. Cam Fowler is on the trade block. I'm just kind of looking at players that I might want to trade Mitch Marner for. I'm going to go ahead, take a look now. If I find anything, I'll let you guys know. Alright guys, so I've been saying for a long time that I need a goal scorer, I need a scorer, and I need a shooter. I need someone who's going to put shots on the net, and I think I've definitely found that guy. Now, he is a little bit of a downgrade overall-wise. I mean, Mitch Marner's actual overall is like an 87, I think, 88 maybe. And Jost is only an 86, but he's listed as a first-line forward. He's got a ridiculous shooting category. And I was looking at his stats. The dude puts in goals. He's got 2 seasons of over 35 goals. He has been a plus. Doesn't take a ton of penalty minutes. Pretty decent average on the power play, I'd say. But he takes over 300 shots when playing on that first line. Shot 11% last season. He had a little bit of a down year in that season right there in 2019-2020. But other than that, the dude shoots about 11%. And if he's going to take 300 shots, that's pretty much good for 33 goals a season. We're going to get ourselves a bona fide 30-goal scorer here to put alongside Matthews and Nylander. And I think that'd be great. I know he's a center, but he's left-handed. He's a two-way forward. You make Austin Matthews back to that playmaker. You make this guy, I mean, I don't know if I edit his player type or what, but you make him a sniper. You make Matthews a two-way forward, and you keep Nylander as the playmaker on this line. And it's basically, we're downgrading on just a little bit in overall, but I think Tyson Jost plays better. He's got a lower salary. They want Mitch Marner, and they don't really want their second-round pick, so I figure we might as well move back up into the draft with this trade, too. I don't know if I'm going to get the second. That's a little bit closer than Marner for Jost straight up. We would be favored in that trade, but maybe this will go through and isn't sufficient at all. So, yeah, I was kind of afraid of that. I'm going to keep trying some picks here. Maybe, yeah, they only have a 4th, so Jost and a 4th for Marner is a bit low for them. So instead of a 4th, I'm going to move it down to a 5th, and maybe I can get a 5th and a 6th out of them as well for Mitch Marner. And sweeten it just a touch, so probably move the 5th off, a 6th and Jost for Marner. And that trade has been accepted. We did trade away Mitch Marner. Sorry, Mitch, you're gone. But we've brought in Tyson Jost, and I couldn't be happier about that deal. We get ourselves the goal scorer for that first line I've been looking for. We move on from Marner, who's constantly upset about his play because he just, for some reason, with the players we put around him, he just cannot succeed. And we've tried to get goal scorers on that first line, could never find one, and now we found a bona fide goal scorer for that first line. So sorry, Mitch. Love ya. You're on your way to Colorado. Enjoy the weed there, man. But we're bringing home Tyson Jost. I'm excited for it. I cannot wait to see what Tyson Jost does, but time to go ahead and keep this draft rolling because I know it's just begun. Offseason still underway. Here in the 3rd round, now I'm not sure who I'm going to take here. Maybe this high top 9, Mateo. He is 18, 69, which means he's probably not going to be too fantastic. I was looking at his offensive awareness. If you were curious, 3rd, 4th round, Landeskog here. Pretty much the same. Is that Ola? Ola Landeskog there. 4th round here in Bois Claire. He looks pretty decent. I know it's red. I know it is red, but Mateo there, we already looked at him. 4th, 5th round, Fortin, we can wait on him. 4th, 5th round, same thing for him. I passed up. We don't know anything about him. Unfortunately, I would like to go ahead and look at him. I did pass over a high top 4 potential player towards the top. I know he's 6th round, though. He's a defensive defenseman, and I'm not too fond of defensive defensemen just because of how poor they are offensively, and they always hate. They are always like, I can't get points. I can't get points. I'm like, you're a defensive defenseman. You're not supposed to get points. Anyway, who's the guy I was looking at? Was it? No, it was not Fortin, but he looks like a solid pick for whatever round he's supposed to go in. Bois Claire? Was it Bois Claire? I think it was Matthew Bois Claire. Bois Claire, I don't know how to say that. It's too French for my taste. But I'm going to draft him, so let's hope he's good. And he's not good, so I don't ever have to learn his name, and he's probably on his way out of town just as I drafted him. That one kind of sucks. I would like to have him be good. Charnfist here, 80, low accuracy on that 80 right there for high top 6 defenseman. He's probably going to be at most a high top, or medium top 4 at most. McIver, but again, I don't really see anybody else here in the late 3rd rounds that we know nothing about this guy. I don't want to take him because of that. Fortin here, I did like Fortin. He's probably not going to be all that great just because his offensive awareness and passing are super low. And he's already, what was he, 19, so Ola, or is this Ola Jorgensen? So there's a lot of Olas in this draft. But I think I'm going to go ahead and take the high top 6 defenseman at the top of this draft, Jarnqvist, and hopefully he's good. I don't know. Is he good? Is he... He's medium 7th defenseman. So we got 2 guys who are never going to see the NHL in their entire careers, and there's a medium elite goaltender. Better than the one we drafted in the 1st round, might I add. Which definitely sucks and really, really hurts. Fortin, oh wow, we scouted that guy a bunch. Don't know anything about him. If we keep looking here, not too many players that are going to be on the, maybe a selection. He's probably, I don't know about either of these defensive defensemen. I'm just trying to look for players that we have scouted before. Didn't do a good job scouting. Karen here, he looks pretty decent. What is he, 5th, 6th round? We're in the 4th, I believe. So if I'm going to take an exact top 9, I'm going to take somebody who's more slotted to go up here. Lucas Bass, however you would pronounce it. I think would have to be the guy I take. Actually, Fortin, just because he looks the most solid out of anybody. Medium bottom 6, that's fantastic. This is a weak draft. I am not seeing a lot of players go in this draft. A lot of 7th and bottom 6th guys. There was that one elite goalie that just went before us, which kind of sucks. McNeil, Franco here, Timothy Franco, defensive defenseman, not fond of his ratings. Kiprasov here, looks pretty alright as far as ratings are concerned. I know the top 6 defenseman thing kind of sucks because I'd like him to have a shot to get better. Karen here, Caesar Karen. He's probably low top 9 if I had to guess. But I think it's better. This guy seems like he's going to have a pretty alright overall to begin with, so I'm going to go ahead and snatch him up there. 65 overall, not terrible considering most of the guys around him have been in the mid to low 50s. Yeah, look at all these 55. There's a low Janes. Niedermeyer, defensive defenseman, low elite. That's fine. I mean, low elite defensive defenseman, you might as well just trade him the second you get him because I don't think they ever become anything. But we got Fost here. I hope he's fast. Just because, you know, his name, it would make sense. Yeah, I kind of want to take him just because I don't really see the need to take anybody else. Oh, there's a top 6 undrafted guy. There's an exact top 9. Exact top 9 power forward, Fost. Yeah, he's a power forward. You know what? I'll take him. We've scouted him a bunch. Low top 9, not bad. I'm not upset about that. 55 overall, I am not happy about. And there goes a low elite. This is a tough draft class, I'm telling you what. Hesh here. Oh, God. High defensive awareness, though, makes me believe he could be something. We're going to go for it. We're going to go for Hesh here from Germany. He is low elite, and that kind of saves our draft. We got the goaltender of the future. We didn't really get much else. We do have another pick, though, here in the 7th round. I do kind of want to take that exact top 6 player. Maybe he's low top 6. Maybe he's high top 6. But I know he's exact top 6, or maybe he, nope, there he is. He's projected to go undrafted, but I am going to draft him just because I want to make sure I get him. Get another German, Heinz, low top 6, 66 overall, 20-year-old. He's got good offensive awareness. He's a sniper, which would make sense. So the back half of the draft, definitely better than the middle part. Beginning of the draft, we did find a medium elite goaltender and hopefully can groom him to be the heir apparent to Frederik Andersen. And basically, he seems to be that right now. And trading Mitch Marner frees up a lot of cap space too. Tyson Jost on our first line is only going to be making just under $5.5 million, which I think is a great deal. Part of the reason I traded for him, I did not keep looking. I saw Tyson Jost and saw what his numbers were and saw that they wanted Marner and his value was lower than Marner. I just thought, you know, he kind of makes sense. He's locked up through Matthews' next deal and through Riley's next deal, and Riley's next deal is probably going to be a big one. So we got to keep an eye out for that. But all expiring here, we probably want to start with our goaltender, Frederik Andersen. He is a UFA. He wants under, okay. Oh, God, he wants, okay, 4 years, that's fine. Does he want an extension? He does not want an extension. So 4 years at 5.25 for him. Actually, you know what? I just kind of want to get him 5.5 for 4 more years. We can trade him whenever so-and-so Walter is ready. He does want an extension here, so 1.85, just save us a little bit. Actually, 1.8. Actually, 1.85 is fine. Give him a little bit extra. Kenberg here, who is on the roster even. So yeah, Renberg, K. Renberg, not Kenberg, can go ahead and goodbye. Mason, will bring him back if Wallen doesn't jump. If Wallen does jump, we'll bring him up. But it's nice to see Stahl down there as somebody that could be potentially our future goaltender. Now, Shea Theodore, how much we have? We have 30.7. We gave about 5, so that means we still have 25. He does want an extension, which is great. Can I get you at 4 years at 5.5? Gets him till he's 29. I think that's a great deal for someone like that. Liljegren, 3 years at 3.25. I'll give you that because that gets you till you're 25. 4 years at 3.5. I'll lock him up for a little bit longer. We have the cap space right now, and I don't want to mess with it in the future. Bennett here, 3 years, 4.15. He does want an extension, so can I get you at 3 years, $4 million? I'm okay with that. I know he's a third-line role, but him and Kadri could switch if Kadri does drop, and he could be a pretty decent second-line forward. He's got that medium top 6 potential now. He does not like me trading away Mitch Marner, and I assume he's motivating, and he's lost morale because of it. Great. Good job. Right before he signs the contract extension, you go ahead and piss him right off. Nice job. See if I can get Tatar for 4 years at $5 million. I'd be okay with that deal. Mullen here, obviously going to sign him to his rookie deal because that is a fantastic deal. A guy like Martinez, as far as what are we looking at defensively? Defensively, yeah, no. 1, 2, 3, 4. Martinez, Moore, Dermott. Hopefully Brandstrom grows and hopefully Smith grows because they're part of my plans for sure. Martinez is, I think he is a better producer. Is he a better producer than, he had 19, 24, 20, wow, he's damn consistent. And John Moore put up 10, 10, and was minus. Martinez was a big ol' minus, but at least he put up points. I think he was just, the problem was he was on the Kings. I don't want to give him too many years. 1 year or 2 years at, I guess I'm going to have to give him 5. All right, I'll give him 5, and then we'll see where we're standing with the rest of our cap space, because that's a bunch of $5 million contracts that I just offered out. I think we should be able to squeeze under the cap, though, with the rest of the players we have to re-sign. A guy like Frolik doesn't need to come back, because we've got a replacement for him in Mullins. And we'll just, I hit the wrong button, of course, and now it's going to be slow. Just don't think that we need him too badly. A guy like Frolik, I do like him. I would rather have a guy like Thomas Tatar. Mason rejected. That's fine. Bennett accepted. Tatar accepted. Martinez accepted. Anderson accepted. Theodore accepted. Liljegren accepted. He's not going to accept it at this dollar value. I was clear on how long I wanted to stick with the team, which makes sense. If he only wants to be on the team for 3 years, wait till he gets towards the middle of his prime in 25 and then retest the market and see how he's doing. I can understand that. We still have about $10 million to deal with, too. And there's not really any big names that we need to re-sign. Liljegren, pretty much the biggest name we need to re-sign. Probably going to let Moore go, and probably going to sign Alfredson so we can go play in the AHL down there. Lucia, I'll just deal with these guys myself. Liljegren, offer him a contract. I said 4 years at 3.5. I'll go 4 years at 3.75. I know he wanted 3 years, but I'll give him 4, see if I can get him till he's 26. Frolik only wants, okay, he wants under 4 million more. Hyman, how much does Hyman want? He wants 3 years, about 2 million. I guess I could give him maybe 3 years, 2 million. How about 1.95? Would you do 3 years, 1.95? If you'll do that, I'll be really happy to have you back. If you don't, Spencer here, oh man, hasn't really grown like I'd hoped he has. Other than that, Barlage, goodbye. You're not even worth thinking about. Lucia, Bozak. Bozak does not want to come back, but that's kind of okay because I don't need to overpay for Tyler Bozak. He is a good player. Lucia here, two-way deal, perfect. What about a guy like Travis Dermott? Man, 3 years, over 2 million. He does seem to be growing, but I don't think he's going to grow much more than a 79. He's listed as a top 6 defender, and he has played well when he's up here. When he's been up here, he has played, I mean, the dude does play, he performs. Okay, so you've kind of earned yourself a deal. 3 years, 2.25. He does want an extension. Moore does not want an extension, so I'm okay with not saying, bringing him back on. Frolik, probably just going to let him go right now. Middleton probably wants a two-way deal. I'll give him one because I just need players for that. AHL, Roussel, not quite an AHL caliber player. And Steve Mason, we don't need to worry about him because we have Isaac Wallen. So that should be all the re-signing, guys. I showed you everything, so I wasn't expecting to, but I talked through it anyway. Hyman rejected. Lucia, fine. Dermott accepted. Liljegren accepted. Beautiful. Spencer, Middleton, Alfredson. All right, so Dermott does not... I didn't read what Travis Dermott said, because I think he might be one of our 6 defensemen. We still have 5.7, but I don't think that's... We're going to be too active in free agency. I just don't see it. Oh, Hyman did not accept. So we still have 5.7 to play with in free agency. Hyman does want a contract extension, but then again, if we go ahead and look at our forwards who are on the roster, we got Matthews, Jost, Nylander, Kadri, Toffoli, Tatar, Bennett, Mullen, Brown, and then we've got Reichel, Brooks, Heinen. We really don't need to sign, we got Reichel, I'm sorry, and Brooks and Heinen, but not, oh God, I'm just confusing myself. We don't need to sign him. So we're going to go to free agency and see if there's a $5 million man out there that we can go ahead. Maybe somebody in that middle 6 to bolster us. Maybe somebody on the defensive end to help the defensive core a little bit. I know we're starting to stockpile low-end defensemen, but who is out there? And Dougie Hamilton is out there, and this would have been the year to have some cap space to go out and get somebody like that. But a guy like Cody Ceci is available, and same thing with a guy like Pearson. Tanner Pearson here looks, I mean, he looks really good to me. If we were to go to UFAs, because I don't want any RFATs in here. Jacob Silverberg, always a guy I like. He always performs for me whenever I put him on a team. I mean, he's getting 50 points, but the question is, what line is he playing on? He's getting 15, 16 minutes these 2 years, and wasn't really playing here. So 50 points on second, third line ice time. He's a sniper. Okay, I always thought he was a two-way forward, but that's okay. I'm gonna go ahead and look at our defensive pairings to see if maybe we should go ahead and get another solid defensive pairing, defensive guy, because that's kind of where we probably need more help, although we just weren't good anywhere last year. We somehow made the playoffs, but hey, we won the Stanley Cup 2 years ago, so we got Morgan, Riley, and Theodore. Maybe Riley Liljegren, Theodore Spurgeon, Martinez, Dermott. I'm kind of okay with that. Martinez, I know I gave him 2 years, but he's probably going to be traded at the draft this year. He seems to be a solid option still listed as a top 4. He's good. I could get better, but that would prevent guys like Brandstrom or Dermott from actually playing in the NHL, so I don't think I'm going to do that. But a guy like Heinen or Brooks, if they get bumped out because I go get a better forward, I'm not going to be too upset about that. I'm not going to lose too much sleep. Question is, who do we go get? We still only have basically 5.7. I mean, Cece is an option, yes. Niskanen, he's 34 though. Radish is I'd love to get a guy like Radish. I don't want goalies, I want UFAs. I clicked the wrong one, but it is, Devin Dubnyk is available. As far as potential goaltenders, Wellwood here, 19 medium starter. I'll offer him the contract, because I know you guys always like to see me offer out contracts to young players with potential. And as far as potential players, Krog here, maybe will accept an offer from us. Offer him a contract, there we go. 26-year-old Kerfoot. He's not going to grow much more, so we'll go ahead here and just check out what players are sorted by overall as far as... we'll go forwards because we don't need to worry about those guys at the top. A guy like Silfverberg, Frolik is older. That's the reason I didn't want to bring him back. He is a two-way forward, though, rather than a sniper. He's pretty good. He's pretty good. He's got as good of a shooting category. He's not quite as good offensively, but he is... just about, he's a better shot blocker, better defensive awareness. He's got better poise. He doesn't have quite as good puck skills, which could make the difference as far as how many points he's going to put up. We'll see how many he put up on the third line this year. He put up 28, was a +8, whereas Silfverberg, like I said, didn't play. Last year he was 19, he was a -17. What did he play on? The third line, that looks like. So, looks like Anaheim kind of shipped him out there and just kind of forced him out of the lineup. Kind of sucks for him. A guy like Pearson, though, I don't know why I'm not looking at a guy like Tanner Pearson, who is only $500,000 more, 2 years younger, second line forward, wants the same amount of time, and he's the best of both worlds. Let's see, how did he perform? He shoots a decent percentage. He played on their first line, very interesting there, and put up 43 points, but it seems like the dude's a 40-point getter for $5 million in this market. I'm going to give him 5.25. Not going to overpay too much. Nobody else wants him. That would put us right up against the cap for now, that is. Kerfoot, again, I like it. I like the fact that he's medium top 6, but he's only 20. He's already 26. I don't really foresee him becoming much. And if we don't get a guy like Pearson, that's fine. Nathan Beaulieu for a second and a third. I'm sorry, Buffalo. I don't want your shit players, so I'm going to keep moving. Krog accepted, which is great. He's the low elite, and Wellwood accepted, the medium starter goaltender. Anisimov for a second and a third. I don't really want to get rid of my seconds and thirds for garbage, boys. Come on. Like, think this through with me here. Tanner Pearson rejected. I haven't offered you the dollar value you think you're worth. Wow, okay, so Philadelphia must have really overpaid for him there. Let's go ahead and see forwards now. Who is still available? Guys like Frolik and Silfverberg, still available. Frolik is cheaper, but he's also wants 2 years, already at 33. Radish is an RFAT. We'd have to give up picks for him. Someone like Miller, not going to get. So second choice, Jacob Silfverberg here. I'm not going to give him too much. I'm going to just go ahead, go up by 200,000. I probably should have gone up more on Pearson. Would have really liked Pearson, but Silfverberg, I'd be okay with that too. Gonna have to wait 2 days here or so. Just to see if he accepts or not. Alright, so we're going to actually have to wait longer than that. And Silfverberg has accepted. So, boys, I will see you at the beginning of next season when I go ahead and set up all the lines. Alright guys, so I did just get proposed a trade as I was simulating, and I think it's one I'm going to do. Radish here, we don't have the cap space to sign him, but we could wait until the start of the season to see who could be ousted, who's got a cap hit. Maybe someone like Tyler Toffoli is on his way out. Like, the thing is, Radish is young, he's a power forward, he puts up a bunch of points. In the AHL, he dominated, then came up to the NHL and did it there, scored 20 goals in his rookie season. Shot almost 200 times while only playing 13 minutes on the a game. Great defensive category, a better offensive awareness. His passing's not fantastic, but he puts up points. So he's young. Brandstrom, I had him up for a season. He really did not do well. Didn't put up the kind of points. Only 16 points. He's been on a serious decline, and I think a change of scenery would work well for him. So I am going to accept this trade and head over Brandstrom to the Tampa Bay Lightning. That has been accepted. So Travis Dermott was probably the guy I was going to peg for the that role anyway, as far as the 6th defensive player. I'll go ahead and check it out here in just a second, but I'm going to go ahead and set up the lines, and then we'll see who's on their way out, because I'm not going to sign Radish just yet. I do want to get your guys' opinion on if I should sign him or who I should trade away, because we don't have the cap space to sign him right now. So I'll see you guys when I set up the lines. Alright guys, so these are what the lines are looking like. We got Jost, Matthews, Nylander, Tatar, Kadri, Toffoli, Mullen, Bennett, Silfverberg, and Reichel, Heinen, Brown. Now, one of the guys that I suggested earlier would be on his way out would be a guy like Tyler Toffoli. I don't see that happening. Tatar had a fantastic postseason with us, so I want to see how he does again during the regular season. He did well during the regular season. Actually, no, he didn't. He did not do as well as I thought he would have. He only had 15 goals, 38 points, but in the playoffs, he did, actually not this past year, it was the year before when we won the Cup. He did great. He came back, didn't do very well, and I know I just gave him that contract extension, but I would really love to give that contract extension to a guy like Radish. And Tatar's already hit 30. A guy like Mullen, I know why. I know you guys are saying, put him on the second line. Well, he's listed as a third line scoring forward. I'd like to put him with Bennett and Silfverberg and make a nasty third line there. And maybe a guy like Tatar is on his way out, and a guy like Radish steps in, and maybe we can move Mullen up there. But I think all these guys at the top, man, stop bitching about what I'm doing. You're doing well. There's no reason you should be this upset, Nylander. All right, anyway. Defensively, we got Riley, Theodore, Spurgeon, Liljegren, Martinez, Dermott. Dermott did not grow, but he's solid anyway. I think he's good. He's good enough to pair with Martinez. That bottom pairing, I think, is good enough. And I do like the composition of this team. Now, the overalls may not be as spectacular. Austin Matthews, holy crap, he dropped a lot. These guys, I think, are just upset because they played so terribly during the regular season. But you guys let me know what to do. Leave a like if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you want to see some more, and I will see you guys in the next one.